We crave love and connection, often leading us into relationships with hope and romantic ideals. But what happens when the fairy tale fades? This exploration delves into the complexities of modern relationships, exposing manipulation, self-sabotage, and the lies we tell ourselves. From childhood fairy tales to social media, we are bombarded with images of perfect love. These idealized portrayals shape our expectations, leading us to believe that true love is devoid of conflict or compromise. Our past experiences and insecurities can manifest in unhealthy ways, eroding even the most promising connections. Manipulation and self-sabotage often operate beneath the surface, disguised as love or concern. In the initial dance of attraction, we present our best selves, crafting an image to captivate and enthrall. This facade, while enticing, is unsustainable and creates a chasm between the image we project and our true selves. The early stages of a relationship are often characterized by excitement and a touch of delusion. In this honeymoon haze, we overlook red flags and rationalize away inconsistencies, setting the stage for future misunderstandings. As the initial euphoria fades, the masks we have constructed begin to slip, revealing our insecurities and flaws. These moments of vulnerability can serve as catalysts for deeper intimacy and understanding. When relationships are built on illusion and deception, trust becomes difficult to rebuild. This erosion of trust creates a toxic cycle of suspicion, insecurity, and emotional distance. Manipulation is a subtle form of control, often disguised as love or concern. Recognizing the signs of manipulation is the first step towards breaking free and reclaiming your power. Emotional manipulators use tactics like guilt-tripping, gaslighting, and the silent treatment to exert control. Understanding these techniques helps us recognize and address manipulation in our relationships. Emotional manipulation erodes self-worth, independence, and trust, creating a cycle of control. Breaking free requires courage, self-awareness, and a strong support system. Breaking free from an emotional manipulator is a courageous act of self-love and liberation. It involves setting firm boundaries and reclaiming your power and voice. We often justify red flags and hurtful behaviors to maintain harmony, even when our intuition warns us. True love requires honesty, vulnerability, and confronting uncomfortable truths within ourselves and our partners. Section 2, The Weight of Secrets. How concealment erodes intimacy and trust. Intimacy thrives on vulnerability, on the courage to reveal our true selves to another, and to be met with acceptance and understanding. When secrets cast long shadows over a relationship, they create distance, mistrust, and a profound sense of isolation. The weight of unspoken truths becomes a barrier to intimacy, preventing us from experiencing the deep connection and emotional safety that true love requires. We may withhold information out of fear of judgment, rejection, or the potential consequences of our partner's reaction. We may convince ourselves that our secrets are insignificant, that they don't impact the relationship in any meaningful way. However, even seemingly small concealments can create cracks in the foundation of trust, eroding the sense of safety and security that allows love to flourish. Furthermore, the act of keeping secrets takes a toll on our own well-being. The constant vigilance required to maintain the facade, the fear of being found out, and the guilt and shame that accompany deception create a heavy emotional burden. This burden can manifest in various ways, from anxiety and depression to physical ailments and a general sense of unease. The more we hide, the more disconnected we become, not only from our partners, but also from ourselves. Section 3. The self-sabotage cycle. Fear of intimacy and repeating patterns of pain. Self-sabotage, while seemingly counterintuitive, is often rooted in a deep-seated fear of intimacy. We may crave love and connection, yet when faced with the prospect of true vulnerability, we unconsciously engage in behaviors that push our partners away, perpetuating a cycle of heartbreak and disappointment. This self-destructive dance stems from past wounds, unresolved trauma, and deeply ingrained beliefs about our own worthiness of love. We may fear that if our partners truly knew us, flaws and all, they would inevitably leave. This fear of rejection can lead us to create self-fulfilling prophecies, engaging in behaviors that push our partners away, thus confirming our deepest insecurities. We may pick fights, withdraw emotionally, or create unnecessary drama, all in an unconscious attempt to protect ourselves from the perceived threat of intimacy. This self-sabotage cycle can be incredibly challenging to break, as it often operates outside of our conscious awareness. Recognizing these patterns, however, is the first step towards healing. By exploring the root causes of our fear of intimacy, whether through therapy, journaling, or honest self-reflection, we can begin to dismantle the self-imposed barriers that prevent us from experiencing true connection and fulfillment. Confronting our shadows, the path to healing and authentic connection. Healing from wounds requires courage, vulnerability, and confronting our shadows. It demands examining our beliefs, patterns, and behaviors. This journey is essential for creating authentic connections based on trust and love. It begins with honesty, both with ourselves and our partners. Acknowledge our role, take responsibility, and commit to positive changes. Have difficult conversations, set boundaries, and seek professional help. Confronting our shadows heals past wounds, releasing pain and resentment. Develop a deeper understanding of ourselves, our needs, and our boundaries. This journey requires constant reflection and commitment to growth. The rewards are immeasurable, leading to self-awareness, resilience, and authentic relationships. Section 1. Sacred words, hollow promises, the allure and illusion of forever. Vows and promises hold a unique power in the realm of romantic relationships. They are the verbal embodiment of our deepest desires for connection, security, and the enduring nature of love. They are the sacred words we utter, often before witnesses, to declare our unwavering commitment to another, to promise a future intertwined, a journey shared, a love that will conquer all. Yet behind the allure of forever, behind the grand pronouncements of eternal devotion, lies a more complex and often unsettling truth. Words, however eloquently spoken, are but fleeting whispers in the grand tapestry of life. They are susceptible to the whims of the human heart, to the shifting sands of circumstance, and to the insidious erosion of trust that can poison even the most well-intentioned commitments. The danger lies not in the vows themselves, but in our tendency to imbue them with an almost mythical power, to believe that their utterance alone is sufficient to ward off the inevitable challenges and complexities inherent in any long-term relationship. We forget that love is not a static destination, but rather a fluid and ever-evolving dance, requiring constant nurturing, conscious effort, and an unwavering commitment to growth, both individually and as a couple. When vows become weapons of manipulation, vows spoken with pure intentions can become tools of control. Manipulators twist words of love into coercion, evoking guilt and obligation. They use past promises as leverage, trapping partners in emotional manipulation. And true love empowers, it doesn't confine. Break free to reclaim your freedom. Infidelity and the betrayal of trust. Perhaps no betrayal cuts as deeply as infidelity, shattering the sacred trust in any committed relationship. It is the ultimate violation of vows, leaving a wreckage of shattered dreams and self-worth. The reasons are complex, often stemming from unresolved issues, insecurities, or lack of communication. The impact on the betrayed partner is undeniable and devastating. Healing requires immense strength, courage, and confronting painful emotions. Section 4. Redefining commitment, building relationships on a foundation of authenticity. In a world where vows are often broken, it is easy to become cynical about commitment. True commitment is a conscious choice made every day to nurture the connection. It is about building a relationship on authenticity, vulnerability, and mutual respect. Embrace the messy, imperfect nature of love, recognizing growth as an opportunity for deeper intimacy. In the complex dance of love and relationships, there exists a unique breed of individuals, the honest ones. They embark on the journey with open hearts, genuine intentions, and an unwavering belief in the power of authenticity. They are the ones who wear their hearts on their sleeves, who speak their truth with courage, and who approach love with a refreshing lack of pretense. These individuals are often drawn to depth, seeking connections that transcend the superficial. They crave emotional intimacy, open communication, and a love built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and shared values. They are the keepers of vulnerability, the champions of empathy, and the believers in the transformative power of genuine human connection. However, navigating the world of relationships with such sincerity can be both a blessing and a curse. While their authenticity is undoubtedly their greatest strength, it can also make them vulnerable to those who are less scrupulous, those who view honesty as a weakness to be exploited, and empathy as a tool for manipulation. The honest ones often find themselves grappling with the delicate balance of guarding their hearts without becoming jaded, of protecting their vulnerability without losing sight of the beauty and transformative power of true love. In a world where manipulation and deception often lurk beneath the surface of even the most promising connections, the honest ones can find themselves facing a unique challenge, the burden of proof. Their genuine intentions are often met with skepticism, their open hearts mistaken for naivete, and their willingness to trust perceived as a liability. They may encounter partners who, scarred by past betrayals or driven by their own insecurities, struggle to believe that someone could genuinely be as open and trusting as they appear. These partners may subject them to constant tests, scrutinize their every move, and demand proof of their loyalty and affection, creating a dynamic that is both exhausting and disheartening. This constant pressure to prove their authenticity can take a toll on even the most resilient heart. It can lead to feelings of resentment, self-doubt, and a sense of being perpetually misunderstood. The honest ones may question their own judgment, wondering if their openness is making them an easy target for those who seek to take advantage of their good nature. They may find themselves withdrawing emotionally, shielding their vulnerability behind walls of self-protection, in an attempt to avoid further hurt and disappointment. The honest ones, with their capacity for empathy and their ability to see the good in others, often find themselves drawn to individuals who are hurting, lost, or in need of healing. They possess an innate desire to help, to mend broken hearts, and to believe in the possibility of redemption, even in the face of past mistakes and transgressions. However, this compassionate nature, while admirable, can also make them vulnerable to exploitation and betrayal. Those who are skilled at manipulating others often target individuals who are empathetic and trusting, recognizing their capacity for forgiveness and their willingness to see the best in others, even when presented with evidence to the contrary. The honest ones may find themselves investing time, energy, and emotions into relationships with partners who are incapable of reciprocating their depth of feeling, or who are unwilling to do the work required for genuine emotional intimacy. They may make excuses for their partner's hurtful behavior, attributing it to past wounds or unresolved trauma, all the while ignoring the red flags that signal a pattern of manipulation, disrespect, or a fundamental lack of compatibility. The heartbreak that often follows can be particularly devastating for the honest ones, as they grapple with the realization that their trust was misplaced and their compassion exploited. Section 4. Guarding the heart without losing hope. Finding love while protecting yourself. For the honest ones, finding love is not about becoming jaded, cynical, or closing off their hearts to the world. It is about learning to navigate the complexities of relationships with wisdom, discernment, and a healthy dose of self-preservation. It is about recognizing that vulnerability and strength are not mutually exclusive, but rather two sides of the same coin. Guarding the heart does not mean building impenetrable walls or approaching love with suspicion and distrust. It means learning to recognize red flags, setting healthy boundaries, and refusing to compromise on one's core values and needs. It means listening to one's intuition, honoring one's inner voice, and walking away from relationships that are not aligned with one's authentic self, even if it means risking heartbreak. Finding love while protecting yourself requires a delicate dance between openness and discernment, between vulnerability and strength. It requires a belief in one's own worthiness of love, a commitment to personal growth, and a willingness to embrace the journey, both the joys and the heartbreaks, with courage, compassion, and an unwavering belief in the transformative power of genuine connection. Modern relationships are often obscured by societal conditioning, personal insecurities, and romantic illusions. Manipulation, self-sabotage, and unspoken truths can poison connections, leaving broken hearts and shattered dreams. Our past experiences and unresolved traumas often lead to behaviors that undermine our happiness. Romantic illusions can trap us, mistaking facades for genuine intimacy. Amidst the pain, there is hope. By acknowledging uncomfortable truths, we empower ourselves to make healthier connections. True love is about self-discovery, vulnerability, and growth with another imperfect human being. One of the most profound acts of self-love is recognizing when a relationship no longer serves us and summoning the courage to walk away. This can be excruciatingly difficult, especially after investing significant time and emotions. But staying in a toxic relationship harms both parties. Walking away requires believing in our worthiness of love and happiness. It creates space for something new and fulfilling to emerge. Embrace the opportunity to rediscover yourself and step into your authentic self. Healing from betrayal is a long journey. It requires strength, courage, and confronting painful emotions. Forgiveness is a personal choice, not an obligation. It's about releasing anger and moving forward with hope. Cultivating self-love is paramount after betrayal. Recognize your worthiness of love and respect. As we move forward, let us release the need to conform to societal expectations, to chase after romantic illusions, or to settle for relationships that do not reflect our true worth. Let us embrace a new paradigm of love, one that is grounded in authenticity, vulnerability, and a deep and abiding respect for ourselves and our partners. Let us create relationships where honesty is the foundation, where communication flows freely, and where both partners feel seen, heard, and valued for who they truly are, flaws and all. Let us embrace the messy, imperfect, and ever-evolving nature of love, recognizing that growth and change are not threats to intimacy, but rather opportunities for deeper connection and understanding. Let us approach love with open hearts and discerning minds, willing to be vulnerable, while also honoring our own needs and boundaries. Let us remember that true love is not a destination, but a journey, a shared adventure filled with both joys and challenges. And let us never lose sight of the transformative power of genuine connection, the profound beauty of two souls choosing to walk hand in hand, not out of need or obligation, but out of a mutual desire to learn to grow and to create something truly extraordinary together.